If you are a passionate violinist looking to improve your sound quality and make your sound clearer, being able to change the tone colors with how you use your bow, you are in the right place. I will walk you through 7 different things to practice and make it in your habit when you're practicing to make your sound as beautiful as you imagine in your head. So first off, I would like you to watch the posture adjustment video right here because posture is everything when it comes to the sound quality. Your violin posture, your body, and how you use your bow, how you set up your left hand really can change your sound quality because sound not just only comes from your violin and bow, but it also comes from your body. So watch that video, and also the intonation is one of the parts that makes your sound clearer and more resonating with good sound quality. So watch the video right here that walks you through 10 different practice habits that you can master the intonation. Hi, I'm Dr. Ye-jin Han, and I'm here to guide your violin journey to be easier, happier, and more effective to get to the next level of your violin playing faster. So let's talk about the bow hold first. The bow hold is where the bow and your arm connects. So these fingers are where your bow is going to be connected. So it is very important to make your bow hold as flexible as possible. And with the good guidance from all 5 fingers, this is also the family, the support system that really guides the bow. And each finger has different functions. Like I talked about left fingers, how each fingers have different roles in the intonation video. It's the same thing. These 5 fingers have different roles in how you control the bow, how you use the bow. So thumb comes from the bottom of the frog, but to the side, and then middle finger comes to the opposite side of the bow. So it's more like diagonally supporting the bow like this, and then your 4th finger is going to just come a little bit spaced out but supporting the bow together with the middle finger, and then index finger, pinky. And you don't need to widen this stance because this can really lock the bow hold. You want to be as flexible as possible and as comfortable as possible by spacing out just enough to be able to hold the bow steadily with stable movement. And the important thing is don't push the bow with your pinky or with your thumb like this. This is also the mistakes that many people do that locks the bow hold, that can really prevent from you being able to control the bow in different bowing techniques. So always make sure that your thumb is curved, your pinky is curved, and other fingers are just supporting the bow nicely. And then you'll be able to practice bending even more and then straightening all the fingers, bending and straightening. So this is the practice that you can do while holding the bow to be able to train your fingers to be both supportive and flexible while holding the bow. And you'll be able to use these fingers in a way that fits the sound quality that you want. So this is a good exercise that you can do. And also, one of the exercises that you can really strengthen your pinky to stay curved, because the reason why we push the bow away with the pinky sometimes it's because it feels like when you come to the frog, the bow is heavier. Also, like when you're playing G string, it's going to get even heavier on your pinky, and your pinky wants to just push it out, and this makes the bow hold stiff. So being able to train the pinky to get stronger here, you can practice moving the bow from side to side very slowly. In this way, you will also feel and sense how the weight of the bow transfer from one finger to another. So for example, when you're moving in this direction towards where your index finger is, you're gonna feel heavier here as you move, and then here, here, and your pinky actually doesn't feel any weight, but this part feels more weight. This is where you are gonna feel the weight on the tip of the bow. And then when you transfer your bow, come back to the vertical, and then when you move your bow to the other side, you will immediately feel the weight of the bow on your pinky. And then you can slowly move even more, and you'll feel even more weight on your pinky on the bow, because this pinky is bearing the whole bow weight right here. So when you do that, always when you do this exercise for the first time, make sure that you have the carpet, so even if you lose the bow, it's not gonna break. So always train your pinky like this. Just start from just slight angle difference like this, and then you can train it to be a little wider angle bearing the bow weight. And then when you come to this part, you will feel like it's like playing the G string at the frog, right? So this is how you train your pinky to stay curved, and also your thumb would stay curved in this exercise, bearing the bow weight from the bottom. And these two fingers are like diagonally from the top and like side, embracing the bow. So these joints are covering the bow like this. And then index finger, mostly from the top, you're gonna put more weight on the bow through your index finger. It comes from your arm, but index finger is where the weight is gonna come from on your bow. And pinky is going to stay on top of the bow. So let's get to the violin. So the second important thing to think about, the next step, is the straight bow. It's not really taught well, but it's very, very important to play with straight bow to make clearer sound. What is straight bow? Straight bow is to be parallel, the bow to be parallel to the bridge and then fingerboard. The best sounding point on each string is different. So for E string, it's going to be a little closer to the bridge. And then A string, just a little further away, maybe one finger apart from the bridge. And then D string, just a little further away. And then G string, maybe in the middle or just a little closer to the fingerboard. So you can work on that because the thickness of the string is different on each string. G string is the thickest, and then E string is the thinnest, and it's high, so it has different resonance, like the different vibration that each string has. So you want to really make sure that your bow is on the right spot for each string. And also, if you are on the higher position, then it's better to play at the closer to the bridge. Even when you're playing G string, a little closer to the bridge is ideal. When you're in the first position, it's better to play. It has more length to vibrate, so you don't need to go too close to the bridge. Always make sure the string from where your finger is to where your bow is rings properly. Okay, so that's the sounding point part. Also, when you want to play softer, you can play on closer to the right, closer to the fingerboard. And then when you want to play louder, then you want to go closer to the bridge. What could be the good example? The softer part, if you want to play this melody really soft, see, like I'm playing this closer to the fingerboard. And if you want to play this same section louder, right? It doesn't, like I would play in the middle somewhere, like when I begin this piece. But that's the example how the sound dynamic could be different depending on where you put your bow on. And next thing is to practice straight bow as diligently as possible and use the mirror to reflect yourself and check and observe yourself through the mirror to see if the bow is straight, because it's kind of hard to see from here. The bridge is curved, the fingerboard is curved, and each string has different angles. Other than you can always check if the distance between the bridge and then the bow is always staying the same. That you can check from here, and that'll be the good measurement that you can know if the bow is going straight. If the bow is going farther away from the bridge as you start and then going like this, that means your bow is not straight, right? If it moves around the distance between the bridge and then the bow hair, then that means it's not straight and the sound is not going to be clear that way. That's one way to practice straight bow. And then the other way to practice straight bow is to use the mirror in front of you, but make sure that the violin is facing the mirror, not yourself, because you want to check the mirror and see if the bow is straight or not. Like I'm doing right now is to check the screen and then see if my bow is straight. So start from 3 o'clock. If it's starting like this, it's not going to be straight. If it's starting like this, still, right? So you want to make sure that this is 3 o'clock. And then violin is right angle to your body. And then your bow is at the frog. Always when you're starting from the frog, I recommend having your bow hair just a little tilted so you're not crunching the sound like this, but just half of the bow hair at the frog to start lighter and then flat bow hair as you go. Right? And then I would check the mirror like this. Yeah, so it could be a little challenging in the beginning when you are practicing straight bow and when you're not used to this straight bow arm, because our arm tends to just fall down like this. This is the good, like comfortable position for our arm, right? But when you are aiming to play straight bow, it's going to have to go this way. You're gonna move the bow just a little bit forward. So your arm is not going to go this way, which is more comfortable for us naturally, right? But your arm is going to go straight down like this, right? So it's like you're grabbing something over there, like this, grabbing something over there. But important thing here is that you don't want to overextend your arm like this. Always make sure that you feel your collarbone and scapula moving together, because our arm doesn't start from right here. It starts from your collarbone here. So when you move your arm, put your hand over here and then move your arms, maybe circle your elbow. It moves together. This collarbone moves together. And then if you put your hand on the scapula, on the shoulder blade, it also moves together as your arm moves. So they are connected, all connected, and all the muscles here is also connected to the upper arm. So you want to really feel that, and when you do that, when you sense that, you will feel like your bow arm is actually longer than you think. So you wouldn't need to overextend your arm. And when you practice straight bow, I would recommend practicing half bow first. So from the frog going down until the middle bow, right? So How do you know where the middle bow is? Is where your bow arm gets right angle, right? So let's say this is right angle right here. And then your bow is parallel to your body. So your violin is vertical to your body, right? So, and then going like this. Make sure this is comfortable. So when you go up, you're gonna lead the bow with your wrist. And then your elbow is going to follow. Like this. So make sure there's always space between your body and your upper arm. So it's not like this or not like this. And from the frog, when you start the bow, there's this like small heel shape. So your wrist is not sinking down because this will crunch the sound, but your wrist is a little higher than your fingers. And then your elbow just falls naturally on the angle of each string, like this. So this is how the elbow is going to fall if you relax enough, but not like this. Your arm is leveled and your elbow is leveled almost to the point of the screw of the bow. So not this, not this. Right? So it starts from here and then right angle, and your bow is flat. And then when you go to the tip, you're gonna just go straight down. And then at the end, you can just move your bow arm just a little forward. This prevents you to go this way if you're not aware of. So you wanna, don't go too early. Just straight down until the very last minute, right? And then from here, when you come back to the middle bow, if your elbow is locked, then this happens, right? So you want to unlock your elbow here and then let this elbow fold in as you come to the middle bow. Okay? So one more time. It may feel like it's going a little too much this way, but this creates the sound more clear. So you want to make sure that it's always straight here and then go up like this and unlock your elbow again. And from here, when you come to the frog, you're gonna lead with your wrist up and then your elbow is going to follow, right? And then you go up a little bit and then all the way up. So this is how you practice straight bow, slowly every time stopping at the frog, stopping at the middle bow, and stopping at the tip to make sure your elbow is unlocked, it's not locked. Also your bow hold is not locked, and then everything is moving slowly and bow is going straight parallel to the bridge. And then after that, you can do full bow, like really making sure that you're sensing the weight transferring from the frog to the tip. So let's do D string this time. So you'll feel the bow weight on the pinky when you start from the frog. Then when you get to the middle bow, you're gonna feel the bow weight on all 4 strings. So you're gonna just have the bow weight down. When you do this, make sure your arm is relaxed and you're putting the weight on your bow. You can lift your elbow just a little bit to put more weight on. As you go to the tip, even more so. Because if the elbow is sinking down, the sound can get weaker. So elbow is just a little lifted for the steady sound. again to 4 fingers and towards the pinky. So you're gonna feel that as you practice straight bow, like this. And then when you are used to this straight bow with open strings on each string, you'll feel the weight of the bow on each finger differently on each string. G string, you might feel a little heavier on the pinky side at the frog, for example. But never have your elbow down, always elbow moves together. So your arm is going to be higher, but your shoulder doesn't go up with your arm. It just relaxes down. And you're just putting the weight down on your bow. All the weight from your bow arm is going to be put on your bow through the index finger. And then E string, just make sure that your violin angle is not like this. Then see, like it doesn't really have the leverage that you can use as a gravity. You want to have the violin just a little flatter this side, so you can still use the gravity like this. And you're putting the weight on the violin, and at the same time you want to support the bow with your violin up like this. So never put the violin down like this. See, like we're losing the sound here. See? We need more support from the violin like this, because the bow hair is going down using the gravity, and then violin is supporting the bow like this. Staying still. So that's how you practice open strings, straight bow with mirror, and checking with your eyes. Being patient, first off, starting practicing like stopping at the frog, stopping at the middle, and stopping at the tip, making sure that your elbow is unlocked, and then your wrist is unlocked, so it's not locking anywhere in your body. Also, your shoulder is not lifting when you're going up. It's always staying the same, using the whole bow arm from your collarbone and scapula to make this movement as smooth and as comfortable as possible. So that's the open string practice method. And after that, you can use G major scale to practice straight bow. So for example, you can do just full bow, straight bow. And then after using the full bow like that, you can practice full bow, half bow, and then full bow, and then half bow, and then full bow, half bow, full bow, and then half bow. Also, you can do different kind of variations on your bow to feel different string crosses, different position when you're doing that, different up, down, so that you can know how to use the bow in different strings and different string crosses. And one more thing, when you're practicing straight bow, sometimes down bow is actually easier than up bow. It's because we're trying to control the bow here. When you do up bow, you feel like if you're holding on to the bow hold, then it's going to be hard because we are going against the gravity. But if you can feel like there's a gravity over there, just pulling the bow tip towards that, and then if you just follow the bow with really relaxed bow arm, it's gonna be easier. Like this, using the gravity down, putting the weight on, and then going up, your arm is relaxed, and then you're just moving up the bow, following the bow. So that's one of the tips that you can use. And also if you are running out of the bow for the long note, and here you need like 3 more beats here, you can move your violin in to use more bow, right? So the violin angle can also support how much bow you can use, like for the moment. That's also one of the secrets that I am revealing right here. So being able to use that, you can always like adjust your violin angle to be able to play with more bow or shorter bow. Depends on how long of the note you need. Hope this was helpful. Download my free PDF that's 10 steps to a happy and effective violin practice that'll really open up to body awareness to be able to have your practice time more effective and enjoyable to get to the next level faster. And then join my private Facebook group called Holistic Violinists. There are amazing violinists like you who want to grow in holistic way and master their violin in most efficient way possible. So you'll get accountability from other violinists and support from myself. So join the group today and let's enjoy the violin journey together. If you liked the video, then subscribe to my channel for more valuable videos like this, and like and sharing with your friends really help growing this channel. If you have any questions or takeaways from this video, feel free to comment below so I can get back to it or create another video around that. Thank you for watching the video, and I will see you in the next video with more valuable violin tips. In the meantime, happy practicing!